Growing up, I was always interested in the mental game. After years of study, I developed the BasketballBrain program. My life is devoted to helping others achieve their greatness. I hope you'll like, subscribe, and if you take a chance with the BasketballBrain program, I promise you your game's going to reach levels that you never thought possible.
BasketballBrain fans and members, what is happening? I was watching some kids the other day get ready for one of those tournaments, or I guess camps or showcases they call them, where you go out there and you get the 3-digit number on your back, and there's a bunch of scouts and coaches there watching you. I love behind the back split, the double team. It's a little bit of a dangerous move, but I love that. I used to do that when I played. You got to be careful. You can get ripped pretty easy there. But anyways, I was at this tournament, and I was watching these kids, tons of kids there, maybe 200 kids, and one of the kids was a little discouraged because he thought he was a good shooter and had a kind of a unique talent, and he could shoot, but when he was out there, everybody was making shots. And he thought, God, I thought this was my thing, to be able to shoot. I didn't think this many guys can shoot. You know, with Curry, more guys are being able to shoot and shoot off the dribble. Kids are practicing that. So he's really disheartened by the idea that maybe he didn't have this special talent. So I told him, I said, look, you're missing the point. Yeah, they're making shots now. This is when they were all just warming up. Great shot there. This is when they were all just warming up. But I said the difference is three things really. Can you do it when the scouts are watching? And I guarantee you most of the guys shooting right now, they look cool as can be. They're not going to shoot well when they're playing. They haven't trained their mind. They haven't worked on their concentration. They don't know how to handle pressure. And they're just kind of crossing their fingers and hoping they get hot when they go out there. They got their lucky rabbit's foot. They listen to their favorite song. They're just guessing what to do when it comes time to perform. I said, you're a BasketballBrain member. You've done your drills. You've done your breathing. Now think positively. And you're going to go out there and perform when it matters. The second time it's going to matter is during crunch time. Can you make the shots during crunch time? Most of the guys out there will not. You even see NBA players who can't do it when it matters. And not just crunch time, during playoffs. The knock on Harden, who we're watching here, is he wasn't able to do it in the playoffs. And that's a problem. So there's two ways you separate yourself, even if you guys are equally good at shooting the basketball. And the third way that you separate yourself being able to shoot the basketball, aside from doing it in the game and then doing it in big games and in crunch time, is you do it consistently. How many NBA players can hit that shot right there that Harden just hit? I'd say damn near every one of them can hit that shot. Little fake jab step, pull back, shoot. The key is consistency. Harden is doing it at a consistent level. You know, all-stars have a consistent season. Perennial all-stars play consistently most seasons. Legends play consistently, just not during the regular season to become an all-star. They play consistently during the playoffs. What separates Harden from LeBron? Well, Harden's only been doing this for a few regular season games. I mean, it's really impressive. I'm not putting him down. But LeBron does it the regular season and the playoffs. And he's starting to do it the last few years in the most crucial moments. So when you think about consistency, you're talking about it during the regular season, during the playoffs, in crunch time, and in practice. So Harden's obviously been putting in a lot of work. You'll start to separate yourself. Even if you start a season and there's some guys who are playing really hot, or you start on your team, and there's some guys on your team who are playing really well, the way you're going to get playing time, the way you're going to, catch the coach's eye is your consistent level of play. I get emails all the time. How do I get more playing time? Be consistent. Be consistent in the game. Be consistent in your practice. And the playing time will come. Your accolades will come. So I told this kid, I said, even if you come out and you have a bad game, you got to understand that if you just stick with it, your consistency is going to show. Don't worry about the things you can't control. And the things you can't control is how other guys are shooting the basketball. Doesn't have anything to do with you unless you're the guy guarding him, okay? But if you're watching these other kids play and you're like, wow, that kid shoots really good, so what? Has nothing to do with you. None of your business. Not relevant. I did another video on my personal channel, the power of just saying, not relevant. You have to tell your mind. Your mind will focus on things that have nothing to do with how you'll perform. So one way to focus is say it's not relevant. And lastly, I told this kid, I said the last way you're going to be consistent is psychologically. You're going to be checked in every game on offense and defense. You know how to switch your tempo on offense. You know your tempo's a little bit higher on defense. Your intensity's a little bit higher. That's what's going to separate you. So as you're working and you get to higher levels of competition, the differentiation between you and another player regarding their skill level, especially at your position, whether it's dribbling or passing or shooting, it's going to be about the same skill level. Where you separate yourself is that most fantastic word, consistency. You're consistent in practice. You're consistent in games. You're consistent in big games. You're consistent in crunch moments. You're consistent in your attitude. You know, what you value in a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a friend, a parent is their consistency. You know what you're going to get from them. And it doesn't mean they're boring. It means that they're going to be focused. You know what you're going to get with them. It doesn't mean they're not spontaneous and can't have fun, but they're consistently spontaneous. James Harden's consistently creative. He's putting together this awesome season. And sure, being in D'Antoni's systems helps, but you still got to put the ball in the hole. You know, one of the things I always say to players, and they're like, I played such a small level and I don't really hit big-time shots because I'm playing at a small-time level. I was like, get out of here. You're crazy. Listen, you could be playing against kindergartners, okay? And if it goes 3-2-1 and you're shooting a jump shot, okay, a layup, let's not count a layup, but you're shooting a jump shot against kindergartners, you still got to make the shot. It still counts, you know? So the thing is, don't worry about how you're scoring. You know, there's so many people make so many excuses for great performances. They want to downplay greatness. Don't be one of those people, okay? And before ending, I have two announcements. Number one, I'm finishing up the Killer Instinct program, and I have another program. The Killer Instinct program is actually on my personal site, and I'm going to, I guess, lease it to BasketballBrain, and it'll work for athletes, entrepreneurs, anybody. You guys are really going to want to use this. You know, as I record, I've spent so much time studying these killers, these apex predators, that I just started talking, and it all came out of me. All of these years I've studied these guys. Well, I didn't know I had all of this in me, to be honest with you, and I started talking about it. I started pumping myself up listening to it, and that's rare. You know, I'm highly critical of myself. I really like this program, and I'm really excited to put it on the market. I think it's really going to help people, and it's not just going to be advice. We're going to do a dissection, really, of what makes killers, but then we're going to have tactics you can use to develop the killer instinct. It's a scary program. I'm a little nervous to put it out there because it's going to maybe turn you into somebody you don't necessarily want to be, and I want you guys to think about what it means to develop the killer instinct. I'm hoping you can compartmentalize it and just use it in a certain aspect, but it's a danger, and we go over that in the program. And the second thing I want to do is, one of our users who plays college ball sent me a video of himself hitting a game winner, and I want to play it for you guys right now. I told him I'd give him a shout out. So if you guys use BasketballBrain and you have a great performance, send me the footage. I get so many testimonials. I'd love to see it. I'll give you a shout out here. And the thing about the BasketballBrain community, what's awesome about us is we support each other. I see you guys doing it in the comment section. I don't want to be like the other channels where we start nitpicking each other and all of that. We support each other. There's enough people in the world who are haters. If you're on this channel and you subscribe, we support each other. So let's give a shout out to our guy here, Shannon, who hit the game winner in overtime. He said he's been consistently in the zone since he started following BasketballBrain. He had 16 points, 17 rebounds in this game. Give him a shout out. I'll put his Instagram in the description. You guys can give him a follow, give him a congrats. Listen, man, mental training works. It'll help you out. This right here pumps me up, man. I love when you guys hit game winners.